We had some questions answered and a whole lot more asked. So, episode 7 gets us right back into the ways where we left off from episode 6. There was a fact that we left out of the last review that a commenter actually let us know. Matt left the show.
Oh, yeah, thanks for that.
The reason why he did not go through the portal, which in the books he did, is because he left the show. And that is why that Moraine didn't look surprised and he didn't look surprised. They had to send him off in a way. So I just want to get that out of the way, that he left the show, which is why he didn't go through the portal. Now, getting back to the actual portal.
In the portal.
Yeah. So there's a lot that happened in here.
And in a quick time frame, I think it was a sped up process, the ways I didn't think we needed to dwell on how dark and dreary and
it never used to be that way. The builder said that it used to be a way different looking. Greenery everywhere,
and growth everywhere. I thought that was cool.
They got to the point to where you can't channel in the ways, and if you do, then
everything gets you.
The whispers come. We found out that Rand saved Egwene by channeling.
Yes, and where it looked like her. Now this you find out at the end.
Yes, it was actually him.
Because he covered her and you saw, and then as soon as I was watching it and I saw the white smoke, I'm like, shit.
Yep.
They're going to find him now. And it's like, what are we going to do?
And then Moraine said, don't listen to the whispers.
And hands raised. But yes, you in the front. Who's the only person that believed the whispers? Our weak friend Rand.
Oh, I lied.
Were you surprised? Yes, but even after he carried it out, they were all looking puzzled and still thinking about yeah, you killed your wife on purpose, or it was your fault. You did this. She'll leave you. She's left you once. And then Moraine's like, don't, even in the ways, she's like, don't listen to it.
Yeah.
It will tell you lies. And everybody's like, oh, yeah. Well, I heard this in the ways that she's going to leave me again.
Moraine was struggling to make sure she told herself it wasn't real.
I don't know.
So it's easy to say that, but when you hear it say that, Moraine even... I could tell she was affected by what it said.
Land looked pretty...
Moraine being the one saying not to listen to whispers, I could tell she was impacted by the way that what she had been told by the said whispers.
I was not surprised that Rand was the only one left scowling at somebody about the whispers that he heard. I was like, surprise.
And then Miss Badass herself, Nynaeve, saved everyone from, I guess, the whispers consuming them and keeping them there forever by creating that force field. So she is extremely powerful.
She's powerful, so powerful that it's uncontrollable. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
When Moraine looked back, I laughed out loud because I've never seen a oh shit look on anyone's face in a show more than Moraine looked back and saw Nynaeve doing that, and she was blown away what she was doing.
I would love to see her control that power. I want to see her become...
She's that strong without being able to do that.
Right. I want her that... Could she be the next Amyrlin Seat?
Yeah.
Maybe.
They finally escape, and they end up in Valdera, the place that we find out Land's from.
Yes, it's like the last resort fortress city right outside the Blight border. Yeah. Looked cool.
The Blight looked really cool.
Oh my god.
At the end of the episode.
That I have to say, seeing the Blight, and because they talked about it 2 or 3 times, in that episode, I'm like, okay, so what is this? Is this like an army? Is this nope, it's literally like a creeping forest that the Dark One is sending, slowly but surely. I'm assuming he's going to try to take the world over.
And it consumes everything that it touches.
Yes. And, just jumping around a little bit, because, the excitement that comes from the show is that Rand's the dragon. I guess we'll just say it plain and simple.
Yep, that was the biggest reveal. We waited 7 episodes and we found out, and that was my first guess anyway.
But it's just, he had his spouts. The whole process that Rand was going through was interesting. We opened the show, this episode, with a pregnant warrior slicing away at everybody.
Who was redheaded.
And I was trying to, how can I piece it, in my brain? I was like, all right, well, I guess I didn't expect the time jump, but dumb me. This is what I should have did. But, yes, find out that was Rand's mother.
Yep.
And his little heron sword that he has.
And his father was the one who just found him.
Yeah, and he was just a nice guy.
Yep, and raised him.
But he did bring that up. He was heartbroken about his father and everything he had to do with him. And, he was born on like a mountain, in this certain way, and that's what kind of like helped him become the dragon. He was unique in that way.
And I think the reveal of him being the dragon was cool, how he was piecing it together in his own mind.
Yep.
And then that's when you got the flashback of him being the one that channeled in the ways.
Yep.
And he was the one who actually saved
went to the barkeeper to ask questions.
And that was a really cool scene, too, where the visionary could see light around all four of them. And that they were all connected somehow. That
I thought they were all the dragon. Like kind of like a piece of a puzzle. You put them together and then they're all
we joked about that before. Like Captain Planet type shit.
Yeah. And I thought like... Wait, is this really happening? Because then in my head I was like, all right, so we're gonna go to the eye of the world, center of the world,
the eye of the world,
and there 3 of the 4 are gonna drop, just gone, dead.
Yeah. So my guess was none of them were gonna go. Something was gonna happen, and none of them.
Okay, I thought they definitely.
The dragon was revealed to be Rand.
Yes,
and he went with Moraine.
And you know what the real depressing part is? Because when they were like, they're on the doors open and, lands at one, Rand's at another. It's cool. It was neat how they did that. And then Lan, she, like, separated their bond so he can't find her.
She masked it.
Yeah, masked
it. So he wouldn't know the difference.
Right.
And she snuck out the back with Rand because she didn't want any of them to die either.
Right.
I loved the storyline between Rand and Nynaeve. I don't. You probably don't like love stories and shows and think they're unnecessary, but I buy it and I really like them two
just
together.
Pressed in there and it's like unnecessary because we were in such a heat of the moment and stuff like that. And they had Nynaeve and Lan.
But think about what those characters are doing. If they're all going the next day, they're dead. They had to have a moment with each other before they're making a decision to where all of them but one will die. And it was like the night before, like a battle or a war.
Yeah, Nynaeve
they were just relaxing.
Everything. And Nynaeve wanted to ruin everything. Put Rand and Perrin at neck and neck with each other.
None of them did that on purpose.
They think
were all
they're
just
fighting over Egwene.
That gets back to the Whispers. But they were false. And Perrin didn't love anybody but his wife. He didn't mean to kill her.
And he grumbled
like he meant it. Egwene wasn't going to leave Rand, and she doesn't love him any less. And they were showing you that through the episode, disproving the Whispers. At least that's what I gathered, because she was being even more loving towards Rand than normal, just so I think the show made you aware that before it wasn't real. I just think those stories right before they were supposed to leave didn't diminish the episode to me.
No,
it made it more real, actually, because that made it more grounding. They're not going to be these stonewalled characters that don't have any emotions before all but one of them are going to go die. And the storyline and the love interest between Lan and Nynaeve is... I'm really interested in, because Lan's my favorite character.
You met his family.
Yeah.
You met a lot about him and learned his story.
He's like the heir to a kingdom. What does that mean for his character? What does that mean for his abilities?
I don't think that means anything for much of the character we know of Lan, because I think you sacrifice and you give up your life when you become a ward.
A warder?
Warder. Warder. Yeah.
I don't think we know that. And I think they brought up the fact that he was the heir to a kingdom because...
That's gone.
But what did they have that he might have inherited that might have been abilities? I think you're not going to bring that up just to throw it in for like...
well, it was because of the name that he was called by his family.
And I don't think that was for nothing.
Okay. I'd be interested to see if that wraps back around. I mean, I don't...
It won't be this season.
No?
It'll be later.
I mean, running out of episodes.
If it is a thing, it'll be probably next season after that.
Okay.
So we got one episode left. Next Thursday, we'll hopefully get the video out by Friday. I hope you joined us on that one. As always, like, comment, subscribe if you like what we're doing around here, and we'll see you in the next video.